Fucking Rocky.
Getting ready for the fight, Richard.
I thought you were stroking out or something.
Nah, wrong side of the table. Wrong side of the table.
What fight's Rich getting into? Is Ramco in it?
You should when that shit happened, I looked at my phone. I said, "What?" And I grabbed my shoes, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, and then, oh yeah, you jumped me. I said, "I didn't fucking jump nobody. I know exactly." And then we started talking. I was like, "I know exactly how that went down."
Yep. Sorry, you got to go to the last show for that one. Jeff and Rich had high school fight club, so yeah, good time. It was a funny talk. But welcome to show 25. Yeah, we're one away from halfway through a year. That's
just crazy.
Yep. So like, share, subscribe. We're gonna get that out of the way. We got Rich in the room today. We got Rob. We got Steve. We got Danny. And then we got Tyler Walsh, comedian, magnet fisher, metal detector, ex-rodeo clown, and meat stick connoisseur.
I do. I do lots of weird shit. Pretty much hammered it right there.
Where is that coming from?
Oh, you guys hear that too?
Yeah. Let's see if we can find it.
We get it now?
Hang on.
Definitely.
Is it because I unmuted myself?
Yes, that's what it is. We good?
So that's
Yes, sound goes through the mic.
There we go.
I'm sorry for taking.
All right.
I was like, I thought I was doing right.
I seen you pushing it, and I'm like, what's he got going on? But I didn't. No, it's all right.
Hey,
how long it took to figure that out?
My hand next.
he was adding to he does weird shit, a bunch of weird shit list.
Yeah,
Fuck, I'm just gonna hit this
smack
button.
my hand.
That's all right, dude. It's fun. It's all whatever.
We're
Welcome.
used to smacking his.
Yeah,
Oh,
welcome.
shit.
2-year-olds and shit.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming.
Yeah. So we're kind of gonna start. You know, I called you the meat stick connoisseur. What is your favorite?
Like brand?
Yeah.
I would say for everyday walk in the gas station, the Tillamook ones
Okay.
are pretty good right now.
Huh.
It's a different time after COVID because they're all pre-wrapped.
Yeah.
Before it was just a grab box.
The ones that were in the jar on the
Everybody
counter.
else in town.
The ones that were in the jar, it was like Wild Bills or something, was in the jar on the counter. Those were awesome.
That's like the old school stuff. Too,
Yeah.
where you gotta. That's how I have this jawline. Lots of Wild Bills. Lots of.
I love that.
That's where it came from.
Don't they have that place out? What is it? Plattsmouth? Is it
There's a
Plattsmouth?
jerky place.
Oh, there's a jerky.
That's
good.
like
That's
jerky
good.
depot.
Yes.
It is
They
good.
got that and the
Good.
jams and all the stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
That place isn't bad.
Everybody has a favorite jerky. Mine's from back home. It's just from Missouri.
But it's probably better in Missouri.
Missouri's a jerky place. If you had to guess. When you're driving through, like, I bet these guys eat some dried meat.
You stop between each mile marker and pick up your meth.
Oh shit!
Holy shit.
Jerky?
You gotta
Danny's-
keep chewing on the jerky.
So you-
Danny's from Missouri. He
You
can
get
talk
meth in-
about them
I
like
call it
that.
Missouri, not Missouri.
You get meth and beef sticks at the same time?
I don't think that works too well either.
Yeah,
like last like 6 months ago, or I'm sorry, 3 months ago, we were in Springfield, and I hate going back there. And my girlfriend, she wanted to check it out. She never been there. She's like, "Oh, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool." I'm like, Why is a meth head every 6 feet fucking cool? I'm like, this is nasty. This is why I fucking left.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get stuck in this with what.
Yeah, well, you're not eating beef sticks after you're doing a bunch of meth, I promise.
That's for sure.
Some people like trashy gals.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
I'm not gonna lie. I knew when I was younger I had a very addictive personality or whatever you want to
So you
call
got
it.
addicted to beef sticks? I heard.
It ain't free. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit! Oh shit!
So how
He just
long?
became a button.
What Danny just said is $20 is $20. That's terrible.
No, mine's more like 1.5 mil.
So they just told you how much he's going to do some weird stuff for. So when did you move to Omaha?
I think The other day I said like 3 years ago, and then somebody was like, "It's like 5 or 6."
Okay.
I think almost 5.
Yeah.
It was probably a year before the pandemic,
All right.
or like somewhere in that. I didn't get much Omaha before that.
That's when Iowa lost its last cowboy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then I came back when I lived in my truck for my first 3 days here until I could get into an apartment.
It was an upgrade.
Yeah, I was in a weird situation where I came out of, and I just I was working at a feedlot. I got in a car accident like right in that 3 days. It was all nutty. Yeah, but I was like, I'm in Omaha. Let's do some sinning.
Yeah, it can happen.
My first couple of years here, I was like, oh, people do cocaine. Like, I was doing all sorts of stuff. I was like, yeah, this is my little small town revival.
You lived your whole life small town?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
I always think it's funny when I realize, I'm like, how do people get good at living in the city? And then I realized how many of my friends went to the city for college. But like, I went to Iowa Falls, Iowa to a community college. It was 5,000 people, maybe.
Okay.
I mean, it was like the size of most people's high schools. I mean, it was a very small college. And then I went to Shadron. And then I went from that to working on pig farms and then just in small towns again. And so I never got any sort of, Shadron doesn't prepare you for city life. Shadron sends you more down the rabbit hole of just how hillbilly and fucked up.
And this is Iowa, right?
So Shannon, Nebraska.
Yeah,
Nebraska?
Shadron.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
okay.
where I moved out of, after community college, I moved to Shadron.
Okay.
And then that was just like,
I was
yeah,
gonna say,
that's
you been to
outlaw
Council Bluffs?
country out there.
I was like,
Yeah,
they can
that's.
prepare you for all kinds of shit.
I mean, Council Bluffs is where I go do most of my business now. I live downtown. I just, for some reason, if I have to go into Omaha or go to Council Bluffs,
It's
I'd
just
rather
easier
just
to
go
go to the
Council
bus.
Bluffs.
Yeah.
So it felt like driving to
I can
Kansas City
speak
to
the
get out of here.
language there too.
It's back in Iowa.
Yeah, I know how to fuck with them too.
Yeah.
I speak their language.
You speak Council Tucky?
Oh yeah,
Oh shit!
Rich lives there, so
Fuck.
he's fluent.
I used to call bingo at the gold mine in Council Bluffs.
You know what that is?
Yeah.
Oh,
It is
I drive it. I drive by it every time I go to the gym.
Oh, it is a hole. I mean, it's not a dive bar. It's the original. It's not worth calling a dive bar. Like, it's too cool to be a dive bar.
So it originated
It's just-
in like 1820.
Oh, yeah. It's just OG scrummy.
I got to check their Facebook page now. I'm
You're
curious.
just gonna show up, dude.
No.
So when did you start the rodeo clown thing?
I started that shortly after college. That would be probably 2012, 2013. Shadron's where I started getting into it.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 35.
Okay. You're about 10 years younger than most of us, other than Danny. He's
Yeah, I'm just old as shit.
yeah.
Who's
He's seen like the last T-Rex.
the youngest here?
It actually might be me.
That,
I think it
might
is
be
me.
you. Yeah.
It is
It
me.
is, yeah.
Yeah. I know. I look.
Only there's. Yeah.
There, it's only a few months separating most of us.
I would have guessed the youngest would have been him.
Yeah.
Man,
When-
we are fucking cool as
when-
shit.
When you said you had a 25-year-old, I was like, you look like you're 35.
Nah, man.
Weirder shit's happened.
Tan people do better in the. I just.
Tan
I don't,
people.
get,
Hold on a second, man.
I did not think it.
I don't get to be tan.
You guys age better.
Oh, you saying I got
for
the
sure.
I
For
got
sure.
the complexion from the protection or something?
I don't know. Whatever you're calling it.
There's something.
Hey, I seen it was
There's
a little
some-
cloudy outside, and man, I thought you were gonna get caught up down the street. I seen the roofers up there again. I was like, holy shit! I fucking drove by in a Honda. I was like, hey, it's Rich up there. You know?
They were next
I'm
door
gonna tell you right
yesterday,
now,
bro.
there's certain shit that I want to say, but I'm not trying to get
All right,
fucking
it's okay.
myself.
As long as you show up on the day when it's time for this one to go on, that's all I care about.
Rich,
I'm really
he
glad.
did siding, and we say he does roofs, and it
I
drives him
fucking
crazy.
hate roofs.
He did it at one time. You know why? Because he fucking hates roofs.
No,
So-
never did roofs.
So you started rodeo about when?
It would have been 2012, probably real active, 2015 to 2018.
Being
And that.
a big guy, it's not real easy to dance from them big animals.
No, not at all. I got
say.
That's why I got to do it at some place was because I would just get my shit kicked.
That's why they hire
People
you.
want to see that. Yeah.
People want to see somebody get their
Like, oh yeah,
ass
people.
whooped by a fucking a bull.
Bro,
Oh yeah.
you ever been to a rodeo?
I can't
Man,
say that. I have.
And it's-
I'm a fan.
Yeah, I'm not saying that I wouldn't be interested.
Yeah, no.
Would I go? For sure.
Bro, and
You know-
they like. There's times they put people in big balls and like let the bulls run into them and they go flying across like
Big balls.
like the big blow up things, you know.
there,
Yeah.
I've seen that on YouTube.
there's this thing they do, and it's famous at the Angola prison rodeo. But they do this event in other rodeos, but they've done it at Angola for years. But it's called Money the Hard Way. Or they do, but what they do is they tape like $100 bill or a rag that signifies $100 to the bull's horn, and they just get all these guys out in the arena, and they're just people from the crowd that signed up.
Holy shit.
And they let the bull out, and people try to grab this rag off the horn, and they just get their shit kicked in. They just, I literally,
Yes.
you guys are gonna
For
think I'm
$100?
making this
Gotta
up.
sign
For
a waiver.
$100.
A chance at
For
$100.
$100.
A chance at $100.
I
Not
did-
even.
I did it one time, and a carney died.
Oh,
I found out a year later that he passed, but they hauled
From
him
his
off
injuries?
in the ambulance. Yes, he
Holy
just got
shit.
straight run over.
that carny life is
And
real.
No
the
shit,
best
bro.
part was how excited the carnies were to do it.
Oh, that's
They
crazy.
had done it several times. I did it this time, and they're like, "Oh man, we did it here and here, and these guys are all revved up." And I knew one of the bullfighters.
that was karma.
Yeah,
You know, that was
Yeah.
you fucked me out of that big fucking stuffed bear. You gave me this little fucker.
and everybody loves it until the death part.
Until
Yeah.
something.
But if people get hit real hard and they look like they should have got hurt, but then they pop up, everybody's like, "Yeah, that was awesome."
Yeah.
But when they don't get up, they're like, "Okay, a little too real."
Right.
A little too real.
Is that like a?
Next.
Is that like a 50?
No regrets.
Yeah,
There's another
Fucking
$100
carny.
bill. Who's next?
man, I've seen like cowboy poker where they like sit in chairs when let the bull out, and you're supposed to sit
Yeah.
there, and the last one to stand up wins.
That's another big prison rodeo game
Prison rodeo.
because those guys don't care.
Yeah,
And if they're gonna get some prize, they're living for that.
I think they're more living for the glory than the prize. The
Yeah.
prizes probably aren't all that great.
They just are we
No,
talking
yeah,
about
you get back a
prisoners?
free
Prisoners.
You talking about fresh meat or what?
Oh shit!
I'm not sure where that came from.
I
I'm
missed it.
lost. I missed
You
it.
said fresh meat.
that's all I heard.
I know.
Probably fresh
Talking
fish.
about prison, I'm saying fresh meat.
Oh shit!
But are the actual prisoners doing the rodeo, or is it like a?
Yeah, it's all prisoners.
Oh,
They're
okay.
competing. I mean, they ride
Oh, sweet.
bulls. They do the
All right. Well, I mean, I guess you just got something to do.
I
they
work-
do the whole thing.
I worked with a kid that rode bulls and shit, and
He was
one
in
day,
prison.
he came to fucking work, and his jaw was over here or something. Like he was fucked up,
Oh,
busted, like broke his ribs because it bucked him, and then kicked him. Oh yeah, he had his fucking his shit was fucked up. I was like, dude, and he's fucking working, big ass black eye. Oh yeah, I gotta go get surgery. Like you just need to stop, bro. Like I don't know how you could do that shit.
yeah, and then you just have to show up at work and you don't really you do make some money if you get good, but not really. But a lot of guys get busted up, and then the next day just have to go back to work.
But being as
Yeah.
big as and he was about my so your weight's all of that.
Yeah, I didn't ride. I never rode stuff.
You ran away from.
Yes, I ran. I tried to
He's
run.
got long
away.
He said I tried
I
to
tried to
run
run
away.
away.
I never did. I've always been big. So like if I got into any sort of thing like that, I had to find the equivalent of a lineman in each sport I wanted. I had to find what's the closest to the lineman of rodeo. What can I? Because my whole life in football and things, I didn't get to touch a ball
Yeah.
unless I was the center.
Yeah, no, same. And I didn't play center too often. It was always tackle. So I do have I've watched some of your comedy here, just and you said you still call it creek. Now I have a little bit of a debate with you here. So I think it's a creek if you got to like swim across it, and it's a creek if you got to jump across it.
That makes that makes pretty good sense.
Okay,
What the fuck?
My
are you
wife-
talking
I
about?
like that.
the difference between a creek.
Oh, no, I heard the joke,
Some
but
people-
I just
yeah.
never.
No, I call it a crick, and when that
There's a difference between creek and creek.
yeah,
Yeah,
creek
yeah,
you got to
yeah,
swim,
yeah.
creek you can jump across.
I-
That's my wife and I argue this all the time.
This is a serious argument
This is-
between
well,
your
I
house.
mean, we're not
Yeah.
like we fight, we punch.
Oh, I
drywall
call it a
over.
creek.
He said we can
It's a fucking
drywall
creek.
over it. It's a creek.
Yeah, I'm
It
a
is a
Husker fan.
Here we
Hey,
go.
hold on. Do you
So-
say
So you got a
washer?
separate wall out behind your house that you take it out
Do
on.
you guys
right?
say washer or washer?
I'm washer. Yeah,
Oh.
I know those.
What'd she say,
I know
Worcester?
Washington's not.
Worcester's from where I'm from. Worcester.
Well,
Oh
whatever.
yeah, that's a Missouri thing. Is it a
My,
Worcester?
my sister transitioned to Worcester like 10 years ago, and man, I make
I got-
fun of every time she says it, I give her shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, so
Every
when I moved
She
here,
moved to Missouri,
I thought
didn't
it was
she?
I thought it was
She was
an
in Missouri too
Omaha
long.
thing, but it wound up being my new family thing after I got married. They pronounce downstairs as downstairs with a T, downstairs. Everyone in that fucking family pronounce it.
I still got a buddy of mine that calls a couch a fucking Davenport.
Bro, stuck in the 50s. What's going on?
I
Damn.
love the kid, but he's a
A Davenport?
Davenport. Never heard it.
I've heard it, but it's been a million years. I
Bro,
was
he
a
still
kid.
calls it Davenport.
I
I
was a
know
kid.
I know some Davenport people.
Right,
Yeah, that is an old school
right.
thing.
That's
He got
funny.
stuck. He's stuck. He's a good kid, but
Yeah,
he's,
no,
he's not even a kid. He's a year older than me, but still calls it a Davenport.
no, I just had to know, somebody that is from the small areas. I had to get their opinion on my theory here. So
That's as good as a solution I've heard to that. Like
there's
most-
been some thought. You don't win the arguments very often.
yeah, and I did. That was just born out of I don't know my way to just piss with my people around me.
Yeah,
But like I have worked on farms where I would say creek, and they're like it's crick.
So now you know the difference.
Yeah, but when you guys were saying Walsh, I grew up with a kid. They were Walsh people, and auntie. They said
Yeah.
auntie
Well,
and
so that's
Walsh. And
Dustin.
he also said Reese's.
Reese's.
Oh,
Never
Instead
said
of
Reese's.
Yeah, I've heard that.
He always said Reese's.
What's the-
Yep.
It would
That's
drive me
That's
nuts.
where's he
I don't
from?
know why.
Where's he from?
I think his family was from like New Hampshire or something.
Oh, shit.
Okay, I
And
get it.
I don't know if
That's
that
like
was an
northeastern,
Eastern
right?
thing.
That's northeastern then. Right?
Yeah.
Dustin.
Well,
I got some friends that live
Dustin
up there.
washes clothes.
Does he wash?
I got some friends that live up in the northeast, and it's a total different vocabulary. They're awesome to hang out with.
You met Rich yet, Danny?
They're awesome.
Yeah, right? What the
He's
fuck?
from the
I'm
Northeast.
From the East Coast. I'm from New York.
Yeah, you
I'm
should try
talking about New
editing.
Hampshire
You call it
and shit like
Reese's?
that.
Or
I'm talking
Reese's?
about
Yeah, I
where
hear
all
that.
of everybody's
Where-
accents.
Where are you from?
Everybody's
Are
accent.
you from anywhere
I'm from
interesting?
St. Louis. Yeah, no,
Okay,
no,
because
no,
I
no.
would have thought you had some sort of an East accent.
Yeah.
He does. He does.
Like
he don't have a
leaning
St.
the
Louis.
Boston out
He
of
doesn't have a
yourself.
St. Louis accent. I'm telling you right
Yeah, I moved around a lot when I was young, so and then I ended up here. So
Yeah. No,
Nebraska.
Rich has the accent, and Rob, when we edit captions, Rob will be like, I can't understand him. And I'm like,
That's every sentence, honestly.
I'm like, oh, he said this.
It makes complete sense, like why we're talking, but once I go back to it 2 days later, I'm like, what the fuck's he saying? Every day.
Editing captions is the worst. Spend hours doing that.
now. Oh yeah, you might get some random shit pop up above your picture if you say something stupid.
so-
Yeah, it might.
hold
Okay.
on. So I want to hear about this story about you were violated by a bull. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is true.
I was gonna ask about that.
He had to
but-
put it that way.
I got, so we were listening to some of your stuff right before you had got here. You know, everybody's just becoming familiar.
Yeah.
I was listening to it last night, but what happened? What's the story?
I was bullfighting at the time before I was doing that part where there's kind of rodeo clowns do kind of more of the comedy stuff now. They talk, they have a microphone. Before that, I was just doing the where you protect the rider when they come
When they're
on.
bull riding.
And it was a youth rodeo, so none of these bulls were big bulls. But I did like this was supposed to be a day off.
Interesting.
Like this was I had done big bulls the whole weekend, like with adults, and like
Big
ran from
bulls.
2,000-pound animals, and not one of these were over 500 pounds, but one was really mean. and ran me over, a dumbass. They at some of these deals, and it was a small hometown deal. They have bad people helping. A guy shuts the gate on a bull eating my shit, and it runs over me several more times.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, it just ran its horn right. It didn't end. It
You
didn't
were
go
in a
up
chute?
my butt. It ended up being. It tore a tennis ball sized hole right next to my hole.
Ow.
So I had to get life flighted and stuff because
Oh.
at first they thought it got organs. They didn't know what it hit
Right.
because it was just
Oh
a
my
mess
God.
down there.
Just a fucking. Oh.
And I weighed. I was big.
So the whole new meaning to it. I'm going to tell you a new asshole.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's-
Brand new one, huh?
There's a giant, weird, fleshy scar across my cheek.
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's crazy. That could have been a lot worse.
You could have, yeah, for sure.
Oh
So-
yeah.
Just not paying attention, just shut the door while you was getting your ass kicked.
Yeah, he didn't cause it. I mean, but he let the pain go on longer
Oh.
when he shut the gate on. But it was like
Yeah, dude's fucked.
You're supposed to leave him a spot to run.
I was getting chased. I made a couple rounds. Then he caught up
He's
to
like,
me.
"Oh, you big motherfucker! You ain't
Got
fast
one
enough."
up and got me in the air. And then when I went down, just
Oh,
ate me up. But yeah, it was as I was running, I could just feel boom.
Yeah, because that's just straight muscle and just
Thanks, Rich.
you was nothing pretty much to it.
Yeah, no, and they have pretty sharp horns.
Yeah.
They're supposed. I mean, they technically they're supposed to be dull,
right.
like you
Yeah.
tip them,
Um,
and these weren't all that tipped. And yeah, so
but you was
I
still
got demasculated in front of a bunch of 12-year-olds at a youth rodeo.
A youth
Oh
rodeo.
man, I'm so sorry, bro.
no,
I'm
it's
so
just
so
being a
sorry.
heavier person. It's like fuck, just imagine you're a heavier person and that power of that fucking animal.
Oh yeah, it would have been better if I could have gone up with like that was
He
a
just
lot.
ripped a hole in your ass.
Yeah,
There's no-
if you can move, there's a lot of guys that can get thrown around that don't get hurt too much because they're kind of agile and they're always moving too. So I mean, they'll go jump on a bull's head, but they're moving. They'll get tossed, but they're just going with it. Me, I'm like hitting a boat anchor.
Right.
You know, we're not gonna move. There's gonna be.
Yeah.
There was no give there.
So how tall are you?
I'm 6'3".
Okay, so you and Matt are pretty
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
I used to be 6'4", but I've
Yeah.
over time
You've never been
gravity in my
6'4".
belly.
As long as I've known
Yeah.
you, you've been 6'3".
I was always been 6'4". I think it even
Shit,
still
when I
says
first
it on
met
my
him, I
driver's
thought he was
license.
8 foot tall. Shit.
Yeah.
Tell us shit.
Yeah. I spent most of my life in the like 330 to 360 range, and yeah, this is about the lightest I've been in since my freshman year, probably.
Good for you. And when you're tall, you can pull that shit off
Oh,
for
yeah.
a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm just more trying to work on my health now, so I can be around for the kids. You know.
But do you notice? Have you ever noticed your short, fat friends get jealous of you?
I mean,
Myself.
I mean,
They're like, yeah, you got to stretch it all out.
oh yeah, I hear that for
You
sure.
get to stretch it all
Oh, yeah.
out.
Wait. Hold on.
Like a half
My
a
man,
hand
my
up.
man over here.
Right.
My man over here. Last 3 months, 45 pounds
Call it 3.5.
plus.
He quit drinking.
He quit
He
drinking.
quit drinking, and
Yeah.
45 pounds.
Quick pretending and all that. I'm
That's-
sick of
that's-
drinking.
that's-
Now I'm just retaining water in my ankles, bro. It sucks.
He's gonna have a baby.
Jesus.
Hey, congratulations for that, though. By the way, still, thank you.
Sure.
Awesome.
California sober is probably the way to be, huh?
So,
No
you
comments.
you
For me, I know that for me. That's
you retired from the rodeo clowning, and then when you decided to go into comedy, did your family or friends or anybody try to talk you out of it, or were they supportive?
No, everybody was way more into comedy than rodeo.
Okay.
Like, my family wasn't a rodeo
They
family.
were coming to your rodeos. Did they come to your shows?
They've been real supportive.
Nice.
In the beginning, they came to all sorts of stuff. They saw me suck a bunch. They came to, they got more into that. And they overlapped for a few years. But they, like, even now, I still will randomly get ready to go do a rodeo. Like, I'll decide I was going to do one over Labor Day.
Just
And my
nostalgia?
mom, I'm still good at some of the events.
Still moving?
Yeah.
I win a little money, and I was going to go do
there
this
you go.
thing and my girlfriend, my mom, no, you don't need a rodeo. Da, da, da. Nobody was that into that.
Yeah, I was going to say your mom's probably way more supportive of the comedy than the
Yeah.
rodeo class.
And rodeo glory is very short-lived. It's
Right.
very small niche.
Unless you in that small town,
Yeah, when
then it's a big deal.
you're a part of rodeo, it feels like everybody cares.
Right.
And then when you don't rodeo, you realize that nobody
Nobody
fucking
cares.
Nobody rodeo. I mean, it's something, if you do watch one once a year, that's what it is. You go to the county fair, or you go to, but there's nobody's engrossed in it. They're not.
Could you find like a rodeo every weekend in small, towns and counties around Nebraska, Iowa? Was that a thing?
Yeah, in the summer, from probably June to August, you could probably find one. There's at least a month stretch where you could go every day.
Holy shit!
Every day.
And
Every day?
Wow.
you could go every day within 2 to 3 states.
Damn.
And they kind of all link up the county fair stuff.
So-
During July, they call it Cowboy Christmas, because there's 2 weeks where within a couple hours of each other, you're just going every night.
Just nonstop.
Wow.
There's a whole
Nice.
bunch. But
That would be fun.
I don't see how you do that on the body, though.
I'm not even a rodeo fan. I've watched it a few times. Don't get me wrong, watched it a few times, more than a few times, but it's something that I have offered, entertained, but never done. But for something like that week you're talking about, 2 weeks or whatever, that might be a fun little vacation to watch some dudes get their ass kicked.
I watch the
I think
PBR
you
and
should
stuff.
go on.
Huh?
I think you should go be a
That-
clown.
I'm too old, bro. Once I hit the dirt, I'm gone.
Danny's already got 2 new knees. He don't need.
If you
you
were-
were that old,
Yeah.
You got both knees.
if you were going to go watch an event for the first time, if you were going to go see one you haven't and you want to go see bull riding, Warner Park, they're doing a bull riding this year on the baseball field.
Oh,
That'd
nice.
be
Fall.
sweet.
And it's the guy I used to work for, the Stubble S Bulls. And it's the best example of professional amateur rodeo in
What
the
is that?
Midwest. And I think it's this month or maybe next month they're doing it in town at the deal. But
That's cool. At the
it is
ballpark.
very, it's the best example of a production.
right? I've never been to one. I think it'd be.
Dude, the bull
Yeah.
riding is
I'd go
like
see
the bronc riding, like when they ride bareback
Yeah.
on the horses and all that shit is super intense. The bull
I can
riding
see
is
that.
always like I'll watch it on TV.
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
PBR
that's what I'm
stuff.
saying, yeah.
Yeah.
I seen the PBR. I know they had that.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you go to a rodeo, you're going to see a bunch of shit you don't want to see. You're going to see one thing cool, but then you're going to have to
Now I'm gonna
watch
see
3
little kids
events.
chasing pigs.
Yeah, you're going to watch 3 events you don't care about at all, and then at the end you'll see bull riding. What this is, what I worked for in the end years, is they're just bull riding. So you're going to see just the action, and then they do bull fighting, where they let a Spanish fighting bull out, and they let one guy out, and they just play tag for a minute.
Huh.
They'll do stuff like
So
that at that.
The bulls fight each other.
Oh, they fight, they hump, they do all the things.
The,
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't want to see that. But I think it'd be kind of cool to see, like to see two bulls go at it.
It-
Right? I mean,
It's dangerous.
I bet.
So dangerous. You have to watch it all the time, because when you take bulls out of a pen for the day and you bring them back to the other bulls,
Yeah, they're all together. Right?
there are smells, things
Oh,
like
shit.
that. You'll have to watch them because they'll fight and fuck each
Oh,
other.
yeah.
Like literally,
Fuck each-
you could dump 2 back in, and you have to watch them because everybody could start just humping and fighting the fuck out of them. They go fighting and humping go hand in hand. But they don't fight.
It's a dominant thing, I guess, right? It's a dominant thing.
They mash each other and then they hump
Smash each other. Mash and smash.
I've seen a lot of bulls humping.
Back in like
A lot of pigs,
97 was junior year. Back in like 97, went over to France and Spain. Went to Pamplona, not for the running of the bulls, but just as a tourist type thing. That's where they like release. I don't know. People just run and get trampled. Basically, I don't know how to explain it.
It would be wild.
And then we saw a bullfight in, I think it was in Madrid. Where they literally killed the bull. The whole deal. I'm like, it's pretty wild. I haven't seen one since, but
yeah, none of that goes on.
No, I know. Yeah, that's like
ones.
It's pretty gruesome.
It's funny what's acceptable over there and not acceptable over here.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it varies a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
but I think that the reason they do it over there because it's the history and culture is what it's come for hundreds of years. My understanding.
So how long did the events last? Hour, 2 hours, 3 hour shows?
The deals I was talking about that I worked with bull ridings, they're about 2 hours. They're a rodeo that you go to and won't enjoy. Amateur rodeo is rough. Those could be 3-4 hours long.
Unless you see some guy get his
yeah.
ass fucking torn up.
Yeah.
That's another hour and a half.
That Steve loves watching a guy get his ass torn.
No.
Oh!
Let's get back to Steve Walsh talking about grease people chasing
You
grease
can find that
pigs.
in episode like 2 or 3.
Do they really chase pigs at these events? Like, is that really a thing?
They do weird stuff.
chasing
I've seen chickens is a big one they chase. They get kids do a thing where it's a chicken chase. They run around, pick up the chicken.
I think I'm game to see some.
Yeah,
The mutton busting when they put the
Mutton
kids
busting.
they put the kids on the sheep with a saddle and try to see who can ride the sheep the longest as it runs, dude. And it's a little kid, bro. That's my favorite.
Just peel it off the
It's
back.
funny.
I actually
shit.
want to try to. Diesel's too big. I want to try to get Barrett on one before he gets too big.
That'll be
Yeah,
like
have him
30
do that.
days.
You gotta teach them
Tuck and roll.
Sounds like there's an event coming up
They
here
just,
this
put
month
him
or
on
next
it.
month.
Pick the
If
day.
You know a place we can get him hooked up? I mean,
if you don't do it, you take away one chance, one almost for sure of a crying kid. Do you want in your life to just take away one crying opportunity? Don't have your kid mind bust because they will cry.
you've never met his kids.
That's
Yeah.
Every kid.
You see him, right? Okay, you're a big boy. He's a big boy. His kids, his 14-year-old.
No, it's
It's
a
his
grown.
size.
It's a grown man.
6'3", 255. He's
Oh, yeah.
14. Yeah.
And, him and my son's 15, and they grew up when they were little. They were around each other all the time. My son was 2. He was 3.
But Bear is still only 3 feet tall. It's kind of the issue.
So it's
Mine's catching up, but not. Dude, he was what, 6 foot when he was 12?
it's rough being a big guy.
Yeah.
Homeboy drives a little Yaris.
You
Yeah.
drive a Toyota Yaris.
Oh yeah.
Bro, could you
What?
My neighbor's got one. They look kind of spacey inside.
We should throw
This one is.
we should throw
your
Steve
neighbor
and
must
Rob
have
in
a
the back
special
seat.
edition.
No, let's go on a road trip.
Let's throw
The
Steve and
Yaris.
Rob in the back seat and me and Tyler in the front seat and take a picture.
Yeah, there was something recently where my girlfriend asked, "Do you think we have room for?" She had somebody else with her. I was like, "No, I'm not even being. My back seat's not a back seat. It's just
It's for
Yeah.
throwing shit.
no, yeah, it's so tiny.
I had an 80s Firebird once in the back seat, and that was, there was basically the front seat touched the back because we had to scoot it back for me to get in.
Like a
When we were young,
Volkswagen,
we used
not
to
a
drive
Nissan.
around in your Malibu.
Yeah.
I mean, Malibu is not the biggest car. You and I were sitting in the front seat of this motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
Hanging
We'd
out
still,
the
we'd still
windows.
get 3 people in the back, though. We were
No,
idiots.
before Matt could drive it, you had to bring it over to my house so I could put extensions on the seats and slide it back.
Yeah, it's tough being a tall guy, man. It's tough being a big guy.
It's buying anything, and I'm right on that edge of being tall,
Yeah.
or
That's
you
even
know what
worse.
I mean.
Yeah.
You guys like you and I know that there's people way bigger.
Oh, yeah.
But then people call you big all the time.
Right.
And I'm like, I have friends that are actually 6'8",
Yeah.
you know, are actually big.
It's not too often I have to look up at somebody, but it does happen.
Like once you get to size 13, 14 shoes,
What
What do
size
you
shoes?
once you get, then
What
I
size
wear
shoe?
14.
Okay.
What size was that your son was?
I'm a 15 wide. My son's a 16
So
wide.
you have really rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have really rough. You don't get to walk into a store and pick. From
Not too
10
often.
options.
It's usually Amazon's got to deliver.
They have one dusty box in the back. They're like, we've had these since
Old dusty box in the
2008.
back.
Yeah.
We were talking
We got
about
some
dusty
original
boxes.
Air Jordans
We
right
just-
here in your size.
Trying to find a pair of cowboy boots was ridiculous.
I remember you going through that.
I have a huge head. So trying to find, like, I found a cowboy hat that
Let me
was
guess.
close and then had somebody have
had
to
to
stretch
stretch
it to get my head
Listen
in.
to
Can
all
I
this
guess?
projecting.
Are you a size 8?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah,
Right on the button.
I know.
You're a size 8?
Yeah.
No, I'm 7 5/8.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
I've
But-
got a big head.
Mine's
7,
just
5/8.
I never knew
mine's
how
7
many
and a half,
dudes
and
knew
everybody
their
says I
head
got a big
size.
head.
That's
Damn,
Oh,
that's
only because we have to buy the fucking fitted
Yeah,
hat.
that's true. You gotta.
yep, those are the fitted
You
hats.
have
That,
to know.
Yeah. I can wear 7 5/8, but it's slightly loose.
but it took. I had to do a lot of shopping to find a hat, and there's a place. I think it's Cavender's down on 72nd.
I think that's what you said. Yeah.
They had a guy in there that was like, try this one on, and it fit. And I was like, it's not, it's a little snug. And he stretched it out and hit it with a steamer and stuff and got it so it fit. And
Now
yeah,
it's your favorite hat.
but I'm, it was
It's
41
the only
years
head he
old.
has that fits.
And
Not just your favorite.
and how many ball caps? How many ball caps have you guys bought over the years that one time you thought in the store you're like, yeah, this will work. That's
The
all
one
right.
size fits
And then
all
the
thing.
next time you wear it, you're like, this thing doesn't fit at all.
So after I sweat a little bit, sweat in the hat, and then you just throw it off to the side and try to put it on next time. You gotta stretch this fucking thing out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, hat sizes are up. Yeah.
I started you see my patch hats.
Yeah.
I started, they're flex
shit.
fit and they're a double XL.
Double X flex
Yeah.
fits all.
It's probably the biggest
Yeah.
one they make. Isn't
It
it?
is.
But it always stays on real nice, doesn't blow off in the wind.
Well, it's
And
because
I
it
can
has no
change-
fucking room to.
I can change my patches. But I can change my patches every day, so I don't have to have a whole bunch of hats.
Change
It's-
my patches.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're changing your tampon.
Yeah.
I love you.
Okay, so I got a question for you. Not to interrupt, but I have a question for you. So, where you evidently lived in New York at one point in time, maybe?
No.
Okay, so where the fuck does your Eastern
So
accent come from?
so I lived. I have lived. Lived everywhere. But then I ended up in Boys Town, right?
Right.
So I'm the only
You
kid.
said that.
So I grew up in a house full of 7 kids, all from there, right?
Okay.
So I used to make fun of them for their accent. Used to, whatever, because when I was growing up, I was Midwestern.
Not so funny now.
Not so fucking. Not so funny. Like I fucking. I'm gonna be honest. I fucking hate it, and I've tried to get rid of it for so long, and I can't.
We're both from Missouri, right?
Right. So
You hear the difference?
It pisses me off. Really, this is something that pisses me off.
And I have.
I think-
I've had that conversation with Rich. I've had that conversation with everybody.
I think it was the homie Clint Grobeck was like, bro, I love listening to Steve on your podcast.
Well,
His
it's not
voice
even
is
that.
so gangster.
right.
There were more people that commented.
Oh, yeah.
It is, bro.
I've had
That's what
more.
I'm
I've
saying.
had. That was the only dude that said
But-
anything.
But
But I had a bunch of chicks that were like,
You
"He's
busted them out."
Steve's voice."
yeah, but I got to give him credit because if you were even close to East Side St. Louis, bro, I know where it's coming from, and that shit ain't no fun.
Well, first off, I'm from the south side of St. Louis. I don't
That's
I'm
fine,
not-
but you've been to the East Side, right?
been to the east side.
That's where the cops pull up
Yeah,
and say,
We-
"Don't
we-
stop at the light."
if you live there, every once in a while you accidentally end up on the east side. You're not supposed to be there. You gotta
Always end up on the
get the fuck out of there. The only time I end up at the east side is it's gotta be like 2:00 in the morning. The strip clubs are open, and I don't have anywhere else to go.
See, and you have a very calm strip club bouncer demeanor too. I feel like I'm talking to a strip club bouncer.
Right. Oh,
That's
You have
where he
a very
spends a lot of
just
his
like-
time at.
Did you ever bounce?
Come on,
I
man.
did bounce. So I bounced with Nate.
Oh, okay.
I bounced with Nate. So a friend of ours.
Where at?
Dude, what a dive in. So. So I bounced. I'm not even going to say this.
Go ahead, bro.
Just
I'm gonna
say
say it for you.
Say it.
So no, I bounced at the gay club down,
Max.
downtown.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hell
There we
down,
go.
down at the Max, right? Down, off and on for like 5 years. Never did I have any like weird encounters, right? But
That I'm gonna tell you all about.
We weren't even gonna ask you, man.
no, listen, you say you bounced at a fucking gay club, it is what it is. Everybody's thinking this.
I was getting ready to say, I used to be a
I
door
really
guy,
was
but I'm not
not
gonna say
thinking
shit.
anything.
Man.
No,
Right.
So anyway,
All right, so did you measure them?
no. So here's the crazy
Was
thing.
8 inches really?
No. So here's the crazy thing. When you bounce at a club like that, there's 3, 4, 5 fucking bachelorette party buses coming in every night.
That's red.
Yeah.
There's so many women
Well,
at this place.
Hold
They
on,
don't-
right? No,
it's
no,
'cause
I
they wanna
forget.
go
A lot
where
of
they're
gays,
not gonna
a lot
get
of guy
harassed.
gay, a lot of
What?
guy
What-
strippers
what's
are gay.
happening?
Yes,
Get it
a lot
out,
of
man.
guy strippers are gay. Yeah, I got it.
Well, I'm not telling you. Just
No,
gay
no,
strippers.
they want to go to the gay club because there's not a bunch of dudes in
I
there
get
that are
that
going to
too.
harass
I
the
get
shit
that
out of
too.
them.
But
I
hey,
get it.
listen, there was
But-
5 of us, and we were all harassing. You fucking. We be in the coat closet. I can't believe I just said that.
So, what was his name?
Hey,
What's up?
club closet, right?
He said,
I didn't say anything.
He said,
How do you know the name?
No, because you're gonna be a button on the fucking sideboard, motherfucker.
It was good times. It was a good 5 years.
I spent a lot of time bouncing in the strip clubs.
Right? I remember you used to down at
Down
the
in
one.
Phoenix, out here, all kinds of
I
places.
do remember. I remember you were at the one in Phoenix, and then you had that one down on the other side of Bellevue.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Playhouse.
So, yeah. Well, I wasn't going to say the name, but
Oh, whatever.
okay.
Maybe they'll send me some money to sponsor.
Well,
it.
Have you been there recently?
Playhouse
No.
needs to be a sponsor.
Bro,
Is that what you're saying?
No. So that Playhouse is the like I frequent the place. I haven't been there.
Steve's so good at calling himself out.
But
Right.
listen,
I'll give you directions.
So when you were there and when we were younger, they only had like 2 or 3 poles, right? They had different
You say
different
holes?
stages. Now it's fucking. They got a whole fucking. There's 10 poles on one fucking stage.
Yep.
It's a huge stage. It's fucking crazy.
When I worked there, I thought it was like 6 or 7. It was like a stage with like
Well,
3.
I remember the first time I ever went. Right?
Yeah.
They only had like 2 or 3. Just like every other fucking strip bar in the city, in the
Right.
city.
Like 3 stages, 2 or 3 stages.
Right.
That's it.
Well, 2 or 3 poles. But there's fucking places.
There's a lot goes on there.
It
Bro,
was-
you could roll a keg in there. Like the parties there were insane. I threw
Right.
a lot of people out of that bar.
That place is what made me like when I came up on Iowa strip clubs
Oh shit.
where they were all like that, juice bars, just a $10 cover, and they were all nude. And then when I first came to Omaha ones, like the first couple,
Take your clothes off.
the first couple we went to was bikinis. There
Like-
was a couple boyfriends in the front row.
Right.
They did
Which room
touch
is
you
home?
on a day, which is all. I sound like I'm like, yeah, they did touch me. But like, I couldn't believe the difference between states and Omaha. It was like not. I was like, oh, this isn't the same.
No, absolutely. The worst thing you can do is be a stripper and have your boyfriend sitting in the fucking there
Right.
watching you.
Right.
Like, that fucking ruins it, you fucking whore. I
Yeah.
want to see some fucking. I want to see you do some nasty shit.
For this $10.
I want to see you sitting in front of your boyfriend trying to be all conservative and shit. I want to see some.
Go ahead. We'll all be quiet. Go ahead. We'll all be quiet. Go ahead.
Keep rolling, bro. Keep
I'm
rolling.
just saying.
Steve.
I'm just saying.
What do you really want to see?
If you're a stripper and you have your boyfriend sitting in the front row, or he's sitting in the club to watch you,
You're killing your
you're
game.
fucking wrong.
With the cash block.
Well, you're
killing
not,
your game.
You're not making the most. I'll tell you that.
I dated 2 strippers. I never went, bro. When it was time to pick them up, call me when you're ready.
To be fair,
I've
she
I've
didn't
never-
want him there.
Well, for sure.
Yeah,
But
that was pressured.
Listen,
sure.
we've all had our own fun, right?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm being judged like a motherfucker. I'm gonna tell you this.
I'm just waiting for him to fuck up. You know he's gonna.
Listen, if you've ever dated a stripper and you went to the club, you're a fucking idiot.
Yep.
Like, first off, you're gonna be you're jealous fuck.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
It don't matter if you're jealous or
Hold
not.
on.
You're gonna be jealous in 5 minutes.
But I even when I've never
I
even went
did.
to the fucking bar when that.
I did at
Which is
Spearmint
right.
Rhino. I fucking I chilled up in the DJ's booth. I didn't give a fuck what was going on because I was loaded.
Dude,
Yeah, Rich
I
was
went
there
the
to
first
party.
night after I started dating the first chick. I was like, no, I can't do that again. I'm too pissed off.
Oh, you're a jealous fucker.
I was like, I'd rather go to another bar and drink.
Nah, fuck
That's
that.
what I
Well,
did.
that's what you should do.
And that's what I did.
That's what you should do.
She went to
Go
work
spend
and I
her
was
money
like,
when she's
I'm just
not
going to
around.
fuck up her
I
game, dude.
kind of feel left out here. I've never dated a stripper.
Me neither.
Me
No,
neither.
don't
Sounds
feel
like
left
something
out.
I might look
Sounds
into.
like a fucking headache that you didn't need.
It's
I'm so glad you guys
it's a
didn't
big-
experience.
I
it's
got
a
so
big-
much.
honestly, it's a big headache, to be honest.
I used to.
Because they think they're princesses, first of all.
I had a friend
Oh.
whose chick worked at a strip club,
Chicks?
and there was chicks worked at a strip club, and we partied a lot, and it just wasn't.
It's a different lifestyle, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, there's I feel
Yeah.
Bro,
I mean,
we
I'm
do a
not
lot
trying-
more things than
Well, I mean, there's just like you're I don't know, broken a little bit. We all are, but like,
you got daddy issues.
I'm not trying to have those problems, bro. Like I don't. I'm broken enough. I'm not trying to add a
Right.
broken cup of broken to my mixture. You know what
Right.
I mean? Like,
Need some healing.
yeah.
I didn't mean to cut
No,
you
you're
off.
good.
No, I'm sorry.
Just same
That's
subject.
what we do.
I had made a forever small town enemy. When I was 19, we were drinking in this bar in
Well-
this little town in central Iowa. And the bartender's girlfriend would always be in there. We knew the bartender, and we would just get
So,
drunk. And
There's a
didn't-
guy bartender.
Yeah, guy bartender.
That's
And-
where you fucked up in the first place.
I had heard the rumor though that his girlfriend had worked at a strip club, and so this is just how people operate. On this guy was bartending, and I was drunk, and I was
You
just
just
like,
started throwing the ones.
hey, we'll call her Melissa. I said, hey, so is it true Melissa used to work at Aussie? She used to work at the strip club, and he just went off the hinge. He's just like, that was a long time ago. She's got family around here, man. And like talking about, I'm like, turns out this chick didn't care at all. This dude just
Right.
cared
Went
that
off
it
the
ever
rails.
happened.
He
Yeah.
was super
Way too much.
insecure.
And he just bit my head off about it. And she hadn't probably done it in 10 years. I just
Yeah.
was asking if
She
you
had
know.
a
Yeah.
past fucking life. Who
Trying
to make-
cares?
trying
to make
It
small
happens. It is
talk.
what it is.
Yeah, I mean, more. I just want to know a stripper. I was just like, yeah,
Right.
I'm like, yeah, this is cool.
You guys remember the song that Bloodhound Gang did? Lap dance is so much better when the strippers
Oh,
cry.
yeah.
Bro, that's a great fucking song.
That used to play in that same bar.
I
all
fucking
the
love.
time,
I love
too.
that. Yeah, well,
That's
it
a
should have.
Sunday day drinking
It should have.
song.
For him, that song should have been on all the time.
That's so funny.
The motherfucker's still making money from that song.
See, you ever had a show that you just completely bombed? Do you have like a story about that?
Oh yeah, I mean,
Obviously, we've all bombed several times, and you know what I mean. But you
Been
have one that's like
bombed and-
memorable.
oh yeah, and the more, oh god, there's so many, and that sounds so bad, but like if you're not doing it,
Yeah.
if you're not out bombing, and especially I do so many different. There's so many shows I do where the deck is already not stacked in my hands, or where like
Yeah.
it's stacked against me, and then one I bombed at I did a corporate at a barbecue restaurant for the Beatrice Police Department, and Do you guys know Austin Anderson?
Oh yeah, he's actually coming in a couple weeks.
Okay, he was the headliner,
Are we doing
and
I'm good.
and they had like it was an old American Legion turned into this barbecue restaurant. So they had like a stage, but then a giant dance floor. And they didn't use the stage. They just set up these like 30 cops out
You set up
on
a
the
pole on
dance
the
floor.
stage?
And no, that would have gone better. I should have if I had gotten naked, it would have gone.
I didn't mean
Oh,
you.
shit.
He would have made money. He would have made money.
And Austin calls right before and says, "Hey, I'm in." He's like, "I'm in road construction. I'm gonna be late. Go as long as you can." And I, at that time, probably only had 20 minutes, and I was doing 20 minutes, and I ate shit so hard for 30, 35 minutes. They hate me. A cop right away, I said something about being fat, and the cop's like, "Yeah, you're going to eat us." And that's the only laugh that occurred at him. And then I just bombed. And then Austin comes in. I see him come in the door, doesn't even get his coat off, and I announce him. I was like, "Austin Anderson, everybody." And he looked at me like I was like, "Get up here." I can't go a minute longer.
This is it.
Good stuff. And the cops, so they're all extra sour.
Assholes.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, it was bad. And there's been way better stories that I probably don't even remember of bombs.
Do corporate people like semi vet you out like your comedy before they just hire you, or like how does that work?
Yeah, they've all vetted. For the most time, if you say yes to me, you've watched it. They
Right.
know. But some situations they just set up bad. They
Sure.
We heard about a situation that you and Nick Allen had set up a show, and he made a joke.
Oh wait, was that this show?
No, that was a couple shows ago.
was
Where,
that?
where he was talking about
Oh.
talking about his old man was.
Oh yeah,
right.
was that the Shriner thing?
I don't know. He didn't say what it was, but he said he made a joke about not being some fucking load on somebody's back.
Oh yeah.
He said you got an email about that or some shit the next
No, I
day.
think that was Austin.
Oh, was it Austin? I
Yeah,
thought it was Tyler.
I think that was
My
Austin.
fault. My fault.
There was one with Nick where we did one, and these guys were rich. It was loaded. It was some sort of secret society shit.
Oh, shit.
And it was at the Lincoln Country Club.
Say they're rich.
And it was their only stag, and they were a stag club. So this was the only event of the year their wives came.
Right.
And these guys are all millionaires, and they're all telling us how many businesses they own, this and that. And I go up and eat it for 15 minutes, and we knew we were going to eat it. They said some other things that I won't say, and and Nick goes up, and then at one point he said, the thing, it crushed with me. But he goes, "Oh yeah, I get it. You guys are a stag club." And then he goes, "I get it. My dad's gay."
Oh.
What all the wives look
I
like?
exploded in the back. I thought it was fun.
They probably all died laughing.
It was one of those nothings and just a
Oh, dude, if Nick will say it, he'll say the thing you don't want him to.
Oh, sure.
Oh yeah.
We know.
Yeah.
If he has an opportunity, he's gonna crack you.
Oh yeah.
So you do magnet fishing.
I've done it. I've
Yeah,
magnet
you've done
fished
it?
once.
What?
Magnet fishing.
Yes.
I thought I heard that this is like a
Metal
It's a-
detecting. I did a lot.
So obviously we listen to the other show pretty regularly.
Yeah.
They were doing some metal detection
Yep.
shit. That was you in Iowa?
They
Was that
created
you?
the whole buzz,
Created the whole buzz about this fucking
dead
supposed
bodies
to be
or
Oh,
something.
I
Is that
didn't.
you?
I didn't create it, but I did go.
That
I
was
did go
you.
metal detect at that serial killer house.
Was it you that was living over there?
Yeah, I lived by there at one point, and I got a metal detector, and then there was a guy that called into the radio show. So there was a guy accused of like killing 80 prostitutes from Omaha,
shit.
like over 30 years, and his daughter had a story, and then they actually that a cadaver dog hit on an old well at this guy's place.
He was throwing hookers in the well.
That was the
That's what they
whole
thought.
yeah, that was the whole deal. But they had CNN, they had all sorts of news. There was a huge deal.
I think I heard about this.
Oh yeah.
And this guy calls me and he's like, or he sees me and Nick at a show and he's like, "You want to come metal detect at my place?" Like they were looking for something in particular that supposedly the daughter said he dropped. And so I went, and the news was there that day and following me around. And I didn't know what I was doing. I was like finding pop tabs. And I was like, there was so much trash out there. I wasn't
Ended
gonna
up
find
being nothing.
anything.
Is that right?
Yeah, they dug up one of the wells, and there was nothing in
So
there.
you was using a different well.
Yeah.
Steve's trying to spark the
Well,
story.
I know the farmer that grew up next to this place. Like, he knows the whole family. And when this story came out, I asked him, I said, "So this guy really kill 80 hookers?" And he goes, "Well,
Maybe
not
20.
80. He's like, "I'm going to definitely," he said, I do believe a couple.
That's crazy. That is crazy. 80
funny.
hookers come missing off the streets of Omaha.
Yeah, people were hot. That was a hot story for a while.
It was.
They
I
thought they
remember
were
it.
going
I
to find
remember
them, yeah.
That's crazy.
Crazy. So you only did the magnet fishing one time?
Yeah, I went down to the. I've only done it with one person. Most of I would rather metal detect. Have you tried?
No, never.
Magnet fishing?
I ordered a magnet off of Timu, and it wasn't as.
Timu.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get something stronger.
That's
for
about
sure.
the quality the people bought that when they took me out.
Yeah,
And we just went to the Missouri and didn't really find anything.
Oh.
We're off a
I'm
side.
surprised you're gonna find all kind of shit in the Missouri.
Yeah, it's
Bro,
just
if
so
you
hard
go-
with the current. And the,
Oh,
If you
yeah.
go over off the Mormon Bridge and start magnet fishing, how many things are you going to find?
yeah.
So we got back home. We got a quarry in Doling Park, in the middle of Doling Park. It's based around this quarry. It's like 150 foot deep, and the water got down to like 25 foot deep one time, and you can start seeing cars, and it's like, oh yeah, no wonder they don't want to go down there.
yep.
It's crazy.
You fucking sleeping?
No,
You fucking look like you sleeping over there.
get out my fucking shit, though.
He hadn't said anything in
You're
34
fucking-
minutes.
Just a couple of East Coast guys hamming it up.
This is light work for him right
Pour
now.
yourself a fucking another drink.
Give it a
Bro,
minute. Rich says, "You know what I'm saying?" A lot.
A lot.
Hey, you know this Rich ain't said in the last half hour.
Yeah, he's ready
See,
for bed.
and you don't sound that Missouri to me.
No, because I've been here since 2000, the very end of 2007, so basically 2008.
What blows my mind, and you guys might not know Iowa very well,
I'm hillbilly as fuck, trust me.
but yeah, I believe it. But like when you drop below Des Moines, if you get below Interstate 80,
You're talking south? of
everybody starts talking like Missouri,
Oh.
and they even maybe more Missouri than Missouri. But like you get down to like Creston, Iowa,
No,
and
you're
then
right. It's
get on
funny,
the border
yeah,
in
no,
northern
you're right.
Missouri, it's like everything just
Dude.
goes all of a sudden under a rock.
Just from Kansas City to Springfield, which is 2.5 hours, whole different world, bro. When you talk,
Oh yeah, I believe
whole
it.
different world.
No, you guys are we're all the same. I said you guys.
Well, we sit in a weird place where, like, north to south, it changes. I mean,
We're in the
Missouri, you get
Midwest,
southern
but We're
accent,
centered,
but then northern Iowa, you start to get to up north,
right?
Minnesota,
right?
You get south
Wisconsin,
Dakota, you go
Chicago,
further north,
Wisconsin, yeah.
you get all a boating. And
All the boating, yeah.
boating.
All the boating means all about.
How was your Minnesota trip? Did you end up doing any fishing?
no, I didn't fish. Every time I try to, when my girlfriend and I take trips, if I take a fishing pole, it's just never a good time for either of us.
All right.
So I just kept it at
Starts an
home.
argument.
I know it doesn't. I just never get to do it the way I want to do it, like obsessively for 8 hours.
Yeah.
I'm just like I'm gonna leave it at home.
I live like 3 miles from Summit Lake, so if you ever get adventurous, you can shoot me a message and
Oh,
come
yeah.
crash in my camper afterwards.
I've heard
He's
it's
a nice
cool.
camper. He's a pretty big camper.
We did go. We stay in the
Hold on, is that the
paddleboard.
same camper I stayed in a couple years ago?
No,
No.
that was my old camper.
I
Fuck
stayed in
off.
your camper?
No, he
Fuck off.
bought that camper. For
I
me.
bought that camper. Fuck off. I don't want to hear about it.
Yeah.
I ended up in,
Is it
I ended
still,
up in
is it
Craig,
still
I just said,
around?
fuck off.
I ended up in Craig, Nebraska one night. Oh, drunk as fuck.
Let's hear this story.
No, I had some chick with me. We got all fucked up over at your place. And then like at the end of the night, you want to sleep in the camper? Well, it's a fucking hour and a half away from home. Like, I'm fucking wasted. I guess we're gonna sleep in your fucking camper.
Yeah. That's what I do is I get you out and get you drunk and then you got
Notice I've only been out there one
Yeah.
time.
Do you
He
guys
said, not again.
do you guys know who Derek Stroop is? He's
Uh-huh.
a comedian. He's getting his blow up right now. He's opening for like Nate Bargatze and guys like that. But he has a bit about how kids now have it so easy with Ubers and stuff, and how he was forced to get a DUI, or just like you had a choice, either DUI or sleeping on some weird person you didn't know.
There is some validity to that.
It was all about like the camper. It was like you're with some weird creep you don't know that you met at the
You
bar.
can sleep
and
with
they're
my
like,
camper. This weird fuck. You know, we slept in there.
Yeah.
It's like 6 in the morning. We're like, oh, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a Memorial and Labor Day weekends. We usually have a bunch of people out to camp and tent sleep in the yard.
Yeah.
And run the smoker
You know,
for 3 days.
We were talking, I went down to Missouri a couple months back. It was a whole family event. We had, my grandma was sitting next to me.
Family reunion.
Yeah, it was kind of like a family reunion, right? It was crazy.
I got that one, didn't I?
Who was all there?
Damn, I'm from Missouri and I got that one. Oh, shit.
Everybody
Who was all there, Steve?
Everybody was telling stories. So my
Anybody hot?
Go ahead, Steve. Answer the question.
Wow. So
I'm sorry.
the crazy thing was, we didn't have air conditioning until I was about 10, 11,
Yeah.
and my kid was amazed to hear that you guys didn't have air conditioning. You guys didn't have no motherfucker. We slept with fans like that. That's how we used to do
And
it.
if you wanted to know if your buddy was home, you had to go to his fucking house.
Yeah.
Or call him
Right.
on a phone that was attached to the house.
It was funny to see.
Yeah.
Your kid. The area that we grew up in. We grew up kind of in between this.
Right
everything that we
before
have now.
things got
right.
easy.
Not before, yeah, right.
Were people still smoking in the cars with you?
Bro,
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Listen,
yeah.
listen,
No seatbelts.
I think even when my kids were young in 96, 97, I'm still smoking in the fucking car with this kid. And then I felt real bad one day. I was like, we can't smoke in the
It was
fucking
probably 94, 95 before I started buckling my kids in. No shit. I ain't gonna lie. It wasn't a fucking law.
That checks
Yeah,
out.
I'm an idiot. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I'm not saying that smoking in the car was a good thing, but
No.
then all of a sudden, like the kid is getting fucking earaches and shit all the time. It's like,
Right. Right.
come to find out, it's because they're smoking in the car.
All the time.
Well, I remember it would have been 98 or so. My grandma having us for a couple weeks, and she smoked in the car everywhere we
for
went.
sure.
You got earaches?
I don't know particularly,
Just
but
fucking.
I would say to her, I remember one time specifically,
Grandma!
don't smoke in the car.
I
have
can't
bronchitis.
breathe.
And she goes, honey, Grandma hasn't had a cigarette in a month.
Oh, shit.
And it's January. Grandma deserves this cigarette. And then she just kept smoking with the beer.
We used to crack the window because we thought it was the
polite
I mean,
thing to do.
it was at least going to help.
good thing to do, right?
You know you can breathe, right?
I can just smoke and let it go right out, and the kids aren't affected. That wasn't the case.
Well, they used to smoke on airplanes, bro. When you and I worked at Village Inn,
Oh,
you
yeah.
could just sit and smoke.
Yeah, remember when we used to work at that Village Inn? We had a smoking section and a non-smoking section.
You could smoke in the break room, and
Yeah.
Yeah, we all smoked. We all smoked back there next to the kitchen where your steak was being cooked, or your hamburger was your breakfast. It was all cooked next to a fucking cigarette that was fucking just burning.
Fucking ashtray.
Right? Like, I'm gonna go cook these 3 eggs and then I'm gonna go fucking
hit my
hit
cigarette.
another
Don't need no pepper. It's already there.
action in the fucking.
Jesus.
You
Got your own little seasoning.
want to scramble eggs with pepper? Hold on.
Well, we are over our hour. I feel like we could sit here and do this forever.
Oh, dude, this is
I
awesome.
feel like we didn't even get a chance to.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
dive
for
in.
real.
It's because you don't shut the fuck up.
We have an issue, I guess. You know, whoever sits beside you has an issue with shutting the fuck up.
Here's the thing.
Because Rich is over there, his eyes are closed still.
I'm straight, bro.
Bye.
Good.
Bye-bye.
I guess we're done.
Thanks for coming, Tyler.
Thanks
dude.
for having me,
Yeah,
guys.
it was fun.
Thank you, Tyler.
Damn, Tyler, I feel like we didn't even dive in.